You hear that music, you know it's time for James Mennie to join us. James is a reporter, columnist, and editor at the Montreal Gazette. Hello, good afternoon, James.
How you doing, Sue?
Well, I'm doing all right. I think it's funny that we were just talking. I don't know if you heard that interview.
Oh, I heard you whipping up that audience, Sue. Don't you try and say anything different, okay?
I'm not talking about tariffs.
I heard those people offering to pay Enzo's trip to the U.S. with a one-way ticket. Don't worry about that.
You should read the texts. Whoa,
I can imagine.
Oh boy. Yes.
You know,
I'm talking about.
Yes. You know, and we're talking about. You know, and this is the thing. We can't lose sight of this before we get on to the topic. I just want to get this off my chest.
Do it.
The tariffs go into effect August 19th. It's about 30 days from now.
Yep.
Do you know how many times Donald Trump's going to try and take his pants off over the top of his head over the next 30 days? Do you have any idea how many times he's going to change his mind, change his attitude, find some new distraction to distract from all the other disasters? Because let's face it, and I know this. This idea. Oh, they could turn Canada into the 51st state in 2 seconds. They're having trouble beating Iran. Okay, now this is an enemy that they've known about for 50 years. This is the most powerful military force on earth, and for some reason, even though the president of the United States keeps saying we have eliminated completely their military, they keep getting shot at. So let's all take a deep breath here in Canada and understand this guy will say anything to buy himself more time. Yeah. This guy's biggest concern is not to go to jail. End of story. We can throw all kinds of stuff, background in there, but that's what he's worried about. That's what he's concerned about. And anything else is just literally hot air. So, folks, take it easy. Enjoy your summer. And remember, for those of you who are saying, yeah, let's slap them tariffs on them, remember, when tariffs are slapped on American goods, it's not the producer who pays. It's the consumer who pays.
That's it.
Okay? Which is why a lot of people are even looking at this 50% on Canada and apparently on other countries as a tax grab for Trump, who's running out of money because he needs $70 billion every other week to keep winning the war in Iran.
Yeah, well, I find it funny because I think you made this point yesterday, that a lot of it is to try to distract attention as the midterms are coming up, and pretty much everyone is mad about Iran. But I have CTV on one television screen and CNN on the other. And CNN is all about Iran. Nobody's talking about tariffs on CNN.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact is, because Americans are getting killed in that war, and as we mentioned yesterday as well, a lot of Iranians are getting killed as well. But this is it. This is nothing more than a distraction. This is nothing more than more classic Trump being used to shield what is an increasingly obvious, utterly incompetent, and honestly fin de regime administration. So we'll see what happens here. But honestly, folks, just for our listeners, take a deep breath. This guy will change his mind maybe 30 times between now and August 19th.
I'm still trying to get that picture out of my mind of him taking his pants off over his head. But anyway,
it wouldn't be the first time. I've imagined it many, many times.
Thanks for that. But actually, I wasn't whipping up the audience about tariffs. What I was talking about was my conversation with Dan McTagg about gas prices.
Yeah.
And I find it ironic because gas prices are supposed to be, I don't know, the highest almost ever, second highest, I guess.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Quebecers want bigger and bigger cars.
They don't want them. They're getting them.
Buying
this is
them,
the thing. We have, so many times on the show, we have discussed, on the one hand, the apparent dichotomy, or some would say hypocrisy, of Quebecers on the one hand saying, we don't want your filthy oil from out west. We love to hug trees. We're environmentalists, blah, 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 blah. Per capita, SUV ownership, big honking F-150 pickup truck ownership is highest in Quebec.
Come on. Higher than Alberta?
Oh, yeah. But we have a larger population.
Oh, but. Okay.
Oh, but. And remember, here's the thing that people don't remember or people don't understand. I'm not using it as an excuse. Outside of Montreal, il n'y a pas grand-chose for public transit.
C'est forêt.
Okay?
C'est ça. Ouais.
Okay? And people need a reliable form of transport to go from point A to point B, which usually is like a big ass distance from the other. So
it could be a Toyota Prius. It doesn't have to be an F.
Because there are so many charging stations out there in the zones of Quebec. But all that to tell you, the cars are getting bigger, the cars are getting heavier, and we're feeling the fallout. In fact, whether it's wear and tear on the infrastructure, whether it is basically increased hazards for pedestrians, because, yeah, it's great if you drive an SUV. And I'm not going to lie, I drive an SUV.
Uh-huh.
You're higher off the ground. J'accuse. You're higher off the ground, right? You have a better perspective. You have the perhaps illusion of feeling safer, but you are less, you have more blind spots when it comes to dealing with pedestrians and cyclists and so on and so forth. So you have all of these side effects, if you will, that are sort of congregating together after all this time of seeing those numbers just go up and up and up and up. And regular cars too. The numbers for purchase of regular cars is going down. It's all about the SUVs. Yeah. It's all about the light trucks. So you know what? It's going to be very, very interesting to see how we reconcile this reality with whatever environmental scenarios are being mentioned during this election campaign, although, frankly, I think you know and I know, and a lot of our listeners know, we won't be talking that much about the environment over the course of this election campaign. But the fact is, look out the window and tell me we should be talking about the environment. Look out the window and whether next week or, it's inevitable we're going to have more flooding. It's inevitable we're going to have one of those stupid, what used to be referred to as the storm of the century, which turns out to be the storm of the month. And we'll try and deal with that. But this is where we are, and it's just so crazy. But you know what? To a certain extent, as you said, you're looking at, what? You're more than Alberta? Yeah, this is it. I think there is this perception or this appearance that is projected of Quebec and the reality, which is, somewhat different. But this is it. And it's the same thing with support for pipelines. Quebecers, there's no social acceptability. I've been on this show for 15 years. For the past 10 years, Aaron and I have been discussing poll after poll after poll that says that Quebecers would support a pipeline going through Quebec, and they sure as hell like to buy their oil from Canada rather than someplace else. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Maybe we'll see a change in attitude, or at least a change in the perception of reality here when it comes to our energy use. We'll wait and see. But as I say, another day of delicious irony when it comes to Quebecers behind the wheel.
Yeah, well, they always say people actually vote with their pocketbook. So obviously the kind of cars that Quebecers are buying actually shows where their priorities are, which maybe is not the environment and certainly not worrying about the price of gas.
Well, no, absolutely not. I mean, this is the other thing too, right? I mean, have you ever met, and maybe I'm being unfair because I've been in this life for more than 40 years, but have you ever met anybody outside of this business who complains about, how, I'm going to wind up in the poorhouse because of these gas prices? I mean, really, I went out yesterday, I went out Sunday to run some errands, and it was $1.79 for regular. Today I went out, I saw it's up to $1.84.
Yeah, $1.82.
You know what? Yeah, but
wait, are you saying people don't complain about gas? Yes, people complain about gas all the time.
Yeah, as they're filling their tanks on their F-150. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they're saying, I have an electric vehicle. I don't incur any fuel charges whatsoever.
We've been in this game for a long time, Sue. When's the last time you heard a politician turn around and say, if I'm elected, I will do everything in my power. I will focus the entire weight of the Quebec government on compelling oil producers to lower their gasoline prices at the pump in this province.
I mean, the last person that came anywhere near that, Stéphane Dion. Remember him? That is not...
remember the Green Plan?
Yeah, it's not a successful strategy.
Well, it took a while to explain.
Yeah. All right, well, go and have a drive around in your SUV, but be careful because bad weather's coming.
I know. I'm going to stay inside. I don't want to get hit by hail.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, James. We'll talk tomorrow.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.